Where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica, bro. I was originally from Red Hills, Jamaica, and then I migrated to New York, and then Jersey, then Georgia. So I've been all over the place.
Where did you spend most of your time?
I would definitely say Georgia. Honestly, that's because I've been here so long. So yeah.
What part of Georgia did you grow up in?
Douglasville.
What was life like in Douglasville?
It was ghetto, real ghetto. But I mean, I was always inside. My parents sheltered me from the world for a little bit, so they never really. I mean, I was an outside kid, but you know, I never really was outside. If that makes sense. The way they used to live down there, if that makes sense. Yeah.
When you say ghetto, can you expound upon that? Like, was it?
Oh, just like, you know, every day it was like fights on the buses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just different things. Yeah, like real ghetto. People getting kicked out of their apartment homes, and you know, fights being just everywhere. So it was just real ghetto. I would just say that.
Yeah. Were you a creative child?
Yes, I was a very creative child. I was in chorus and art, so I was always in some type of creative class. So I would always do that. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't always like be like super creative, because I'll also like work out and stuff like that. So it would be like, how do I explain it? I always need some type of outlet, if that makes sense. So I was in chorus, and I was in art. I was in a bunch of art classes, but I always had like home problems. So like I would always, you know, need, you know, to really exert my anger, because I had anger problems for a while. So I would, you know, I turned to sports for a while, because chorus had got boring, because I was in it from New York to Jersey to Georgia, but it had got too boring for me. So I was like, and I needed some type of way to like release my anger, because I had a lot of anger problems. So I just started into sports, football, and I'll always be outside playing with people. So I mean, that was really about it.
Is your family creative?
Honestly, no. I mean, I don't. Not that I know of. You know, I don't know too much about my family like that. They don't really speak on their creative side. I just know me and my twin brother. We were always, you know, creative in our own way, and expressed ourselves in our own way.
At what point did you become interested in fashion?
Recently, in the past 3-4 years, yeah. Because I was like, you know, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur and be my own boss. So I would always, you know, try to find out what was the best avenue for me. And I always wanted my own brand. So, you know, I just created my own. You know, I did a bunch of research, but for a short period of time, I was only focused on sports. I was, you know, wrestling, and I started playing sports in high school. So I would wrestle and do track and football. So I was like always competitive. So that would also help me trying to be the boss I am. It helped me, you know, bear that.
Yeah. And so, what inspired the brand? Can you talk a little about the brand? Tell us the name.
Well, I wanted something that, you know, like can resonate with people, and, you know, help people, you know, keep pushing, like something to speak to them. You know what I'm saying? So what this brand stands for, it means my chosen one. It's called Sitapai. It means my chosen one, and it's ancient Egyptian dialect. So I got the idea from actually a movie. It's called The Mummy, something like that. And I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting, because she was like, oh, Matita Pai. So I was like, oh, I like that. I like the way it sounds. So I'm like, oh, what can I looked up the word definition. I researched it, and I made sure nobody like, you know, owned the rights to that word. And I was like, okay, how can I make it to a brand? So I found the dialect, copied and pasted, and you know, that was that. I put it on my shirt.
Why did you choose fashion instead of, let's say, like singing? Because you also, you know, you were in chorus and you did other art. Why did you choose fashion?
I don't know, because I was always kind of nervous to really show people that side of me, because it held like most dear to me. So I never really, like, you know, told people that. You know what I'm saying? So because I was an athlete in high school, so I didn't want nobody to know that side of me, if that makes sense. I only did it, you know, in middle school and elementary on up. I didn't really do it much in high school. I wanted to try something different, but then it just came back to me, because I love music so much, and all my friends were doing it around me. So it just came back to me. But I was also trying to figure out, how can I, you know, put them both together, you know what I'm saying, market them both together. So it's like, it's both. I'm trying to do both at the same time, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Can you describe the process of starting your own clothing brand? Like, what did you do immediately? Like, how did you get the money?
Well, I was working a job. What was I working at? What was I working at? I think I was working at Walmart. I was working at Walmart, and I was working like what, 8-hour shifts every 5 days a week, and I was just design clothes on Phototopia or Adobe, and try to figure out what can I best to what would look best. And I came up with a few designs like turtlenecks. I wanted to stand out. I didn't want to do the shirts, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something different because everybody would like start off with the shirts. So I was like, nah, let me just start off with sweaters or something, and I put it on there. But when it came out, it actually came out wrong. It came out like a sweater. My manufacturer messed it up. But I've recently been walking around and wearing it, and literally everyone wants, everyone be like, where'd you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, where can I buy it from? But I'll tell them, it's still in the works because he messed it up. So I have shirts too, but those didn't do as well. So everything is still in the process.
Wait, so is that supposed to be like a crew neck?
Yeah, like turtleneck. You know what I'm saying? Like tight fitted. But it's still pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still, everyone likes the sweatshirt, the older people too, they like,
so it's supposed to be tight.
Yeah, it's supposed to be tight, yeah.
But that is fire.
Yeah, I know, right? It still came out pretty good, but it just didn't come out how I wanted it to.
Wait, so are you gonna keep with that loose fit, or are you gonna go with the tight?
I'm gonna go with the tight,
For
honestly.
real?
I mean, I'm gonna do both, but I mean, everyone keeps telling me to keep that and do
I want to cop that one.
You want to cop this one?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, we can
okay,
work it out.
And so for your drop with these this line here, did you come out with different colorways?
Yeah, I came out with different colorways. Yeah.
What
so
colors?
It was like red, black, blue, but the primary colors is white and black. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But it was red, black, blue, and purple and green. Yeah.
Okay. And so how did your first line of products do?
It didn't do it honestly didn't do so well because I had started out with the shirts, and the shirts didn't do well. But I rented out a studio for videography and photography, and I did a video and a bunch of pictures, and I did a pretty good job, but it just didn't do as well as it should have, and that kind of pissed me off. But it was a fun experience. My brother was there, and I had a couple other my friends there with me, and it was fun. It just didn't do well. Like, I don't know why. It was well pictured and all. It just, maybe I needed to promote it more, like pay for more advertisement, but it just didn't go how I wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the journey, and I'm just enjoying the journey as I go. You know what I'm saying? So I would make music, and I would create these shirts and try to like push my brand out more. My brother been telling me to keep push my brand out with my music, but I'm too hard-headed, so I would just I'm trying to get more comfortable, because I would usually make music with Nigel Jesuso that was on the show, and some other people that you interview like TJ, all of them, but I would never they would put their music out and push it forward, but they would try to tell me I should, but I never listen. I just be hard-headed.
So wait, so have you dropped any songs yet?
I dropped one and everyone liked it, but me, it was just like, I just wasn't ready, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel like when it's better for me and best for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And so if you had to choose between the two, would you do the music or would you do the fashion?
Dang. I'm both. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm a boss, man. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, so it's like, yeah, I love making music, but I also love the business side, because you have to go hand in hand with both. You have to learn how to do both, because if you don't, I mean, how are you gonna, how are you gonna last long? That's a side people don't really know about being an artist or something. Like, they don't know that you have to be a businessman and an artist at the same time.
What inspires your entrepreneurial spirit?
Well, back home, a lot of people from my country, they like working like non-stop. It's always the hustle. Like, they always need to like keep going. And I always seen my mom and my dad, like, they work their asses off, and they always find something to work. So it's like the spirit was in me. So even when I was young, I would sell like small little bracelets, like, them rubber band bracelets people used to make. Like, I forgot how it is. Like, it's like real. You like put them between rubber bands, and I forgot what it's called. I know what you're talking about. And I would sell them to people on the street or something. Like, so I always had the entrepreneur spirit. Like, even in high school, they would give you like cards to sell to in the neighborhoods to promote the school and fundraise the school, and I'll just do that, and the money will come quick. So I'm like, I always like being an entrepreneur, like the free spirit, if that makes sense. I don't like working jobs, like I don't like at all. Like I would rather hire people. I don't like that mindset. Like I'll be trying to tell my parents and they just like, nah, I'd rather, expect a paycheck. Me, I'd rather, what I'm saying, like work for my money, like, and then make it work for me at the same time.
Have you experienced any challenges in your fashion career?
Hell yeah. I mean, challenges every day. So you just got to keep pushing and, keep your head on and just, just know where you want to go. And it'll come. You just got to believe in yourself. Without faith or belief, you won't be nothing. Like, you just got to keep going. Sometimes it won't happen as fast as you want it to, and I have a hard problem with that. But I just have to get my head on straight and just keep pushing. Whenever I get in those modes where I don't feel like doing anything, I'll just go hit the gym real quick and just keep my head fast and keep going.
What do you think is the biggest challenge right now for young fashion designers?
Standing out, honestly. Standing out and being unique and not trying to find, be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone wants to do what everyone else is doing, but you won't always get the same result because, everyone likes, some people like authenticness. How you say it? Authentic. You being authentic. No one likes people to, always be the same because it's going to die out. So you have to try to find a way to be different. And I felt like with my brand, it's just different. No one has ever seen anything like it. There's meaning behind it, and I just want it to either give hope to people because like whatever you want to be chosen with, a chosen sport, a chosen lifestyle, a chosen career, like whatever, it can pertain to people however in every way.
What's been the most memorable moment in your fashion career?
Honestly, that when I first went to the first studio and created that first dropped that first creation I did, that was like, okay, I feel like I can really do this. Yeah.
How did your peers respond to the collection?
Oh, they loved it. But people who say they love it won't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like they will want a free sample or something like that. Like nah, just you gotta. If you support me, you'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll buy it. They'll say they're gonna buy it and never buy it. So I don't know if it's like, oh, it's fake energy or they're jealous energy. You get what I'm saying? So you just never really know. So I'm like, all right, it's whatever.
Yeah. Who are you inspired by most in the fashion industry today?
I'll say Kanye and it's a good question. It's a good question. I'll say Kanye a little bit, honestly, because he's really pushing that. You don't have to, be like Louis Vuitton or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You can be your own creative and come up with your own ideas and be, unique. You don't have to be like everybody else. Yeah.
Do you feel that in today's fashion industry that it's important for brand owners to go to fashion school, or are things changing?
Probably go to fashion school because I don't have a background in fashion, but with technology and Instagram and TikTok these days, people don't have to. You just have to find what's best for you and hope put it out to the world, and people will either gravitate to it. It's all depending on who you're trying to market it to. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You have to find your niche, and hopefully people like it.
How do you feel about fast fashion?
Fast? What do you mean? Like Shein? I don't really pay too much attention to that, honestly. I just pay attention to what I got going on, honestly.
How do you feel about the impact of fashion on the environment in terms of how much clothes people are disposing now?
No, that probably is bad for real. I don't know. That probably is bad, but I don't know, dog. I really don't know. I'm just worried about, starting my brand, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't, hey.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could collab with any long-standing fashion brand right now, who would you collab with?
I would definitely do, hopefully Kanye one day. But what's that? Gymshark because I also do want to get into like workout apparels too, because it's streetwear, workout apparels, and I think that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's really it. Yeah.
Are you currently working on your next collection?
Yeah, every day. Yeah, yeah. And it's gonna be gym apparels. Just
okay, so gym
yeah.
apparels. All right. Do you have any upcoming shows or events that you like?
I've been looking at some of those, but it's like I'm still working on music. I just needed to get more. I need to master most of them because they're all recorded but not mastered. That's the only problem I'm having right now. Once I get them mastered and mixed, I can release them.
Are you working on any fashion shows for your brand?
No, not at the very moment. No.
For someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
Keep going, don't stop, and just know where you want to be and where you want to go, because it's going to get hard, it's going to get frustrating, you're going to think like you're not making any progress in life, but you are. Just got to go step by step and just have faith in yourself.